Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosalie, nice to meet you. In my last video I talk a lot more about myself, so if you want to learn a little bit more about me, who I am, what I do for a living, feel free to watch that video. As you saw by the title, today I'm going to be filming a what I eat in a day, but before we start I just wanted to acknowledge and address the situation that is going on in the world right now, the Black Lives Matter movement. I just wanted to say that I support this movement 100% and I stand by their side. I think that this is a really important thing that is happening in the world, and I encourage all of you guys to get educated and to do as much as you can to support this movement, whether it is financially or by signing petition or by just exposing on your social media what's happening in the world and by letting everyone know that you support this movement.
Creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.
So I had to film this video a little bit differently. It's not gonna be like vlog style where I explain everything as I do it, because since we're all in quarantine, both my parents work from home, so it's not always possible to make noise next to them. I start every single one of my day by making myself a lemon water. It was a huge trend a few years ago to add lemons in our water. People were saying that it was making it more healthy. I don't fool myself. I don't believe that adding a little bit of lemon in my water is gonna make it a magic potion, but I personally don't enjoy the taste of plain water, and adding lemon in it helps me to drink enough, or at least to drink a little bit more. And I also happen to really enjoy the taste of lemon water. Okay, so for breakfast, personally I have to eat breakfast at the same time every day because I don't know, my body just needs its first meal to be always at the same time. If every day it changes, it just gets me really hungry for no reason, and I'm just in a really weird mood. Because both my parents work from home, it means that my dad works in the office downstairs and my mom works in the kitchen upstairs. Because of the kind of work they do, they are constantly on conference calls. So that means that I can only go in the kitchen to grab a snack or make myself a meal in between my mom's call or during her lunch break. For that reason, it's been a lot easier for me to eat breakfast every day at noon during my mom's lunchtime. I am obsessed with smoothie bowl and smoothies in general. One of my favorite smoothie balls are acai balls, so that's what I decided to do today. It's pretty self-explanatory, so you can kind of follow along with the video. When I choose my ingredient for my smoothie bowl, but also for any kind of meals that I make, I always take a look at the ingredient lists because I find it so important. So for example, my acai, I choose a brand where the ingredient list is really small. I buy the unsweetened version of it, so no added sugar. Same with my almond milk, I take the unsweetened one. I am personally obsessed with almond butter. I don't know what it is, but I am seriously obsessed with it, and I think that it takes every smoothie bowl in the entire world to the next level. It makes them so good. So same thing for my almond butter. I choose one with a really small ingredient list. The one that I have, I believe there's only 2 ingredients, which would be almond and salt, but I could be wrong. Sometimes I put it directly in the blender with the smoothie, and sometimes I just put it as a topping. I also like to put strawberries on top of my smoothie bowl, and I like to put some, it's like nuts or seeds covered in dark chocolate. It's meant to be a keto snack because my mom is doing keto, but I really enjoy it. I think it tastes really good, and I have an obsession with chocolate also, and it just makes me really happy to put this on top of my smoothie bowl. Recently with my smoothie, I've been having a green tea lemonade. It's like my own recipe slash reproduction of the green tea lemonade from Starbucks, and I swear it tastes the exact same. I just basically make a really big batch of strong green tea, and then I put it in the fridge to make it cold. When I make my green tea lemonade, I put ice in a cup and I put about 3/4 of green tea and 1/4 of lemonade. Okay, so next we have lunch. I have to admit, it's been really challenging for me during isolation to eat 3 meals a day. I am someone who sometimes struggle to eat enough. I find myself in situations sometimes where it's really easy to make excuses, and isolation has been a challenging time. So I just want to take a moment that I don't want to encourage whatsoever anyone to undereat. I understand that sometimes my portions are really small. I don't eat a lot. I prefer to snack a lot in between my meals if I feel hungry. But yeah, just putting it all there, I encourage everyone to live a healthy lifestyle and to listen to their bodies, and don't put yourself in a situation where you could get triggered to have bad habits. So for lunch, I one of those weird person who actually enjoys the taste of oatmeal. So I've been making myself oatmeal. I like to do it with almond milk because I don't like regular milk. I've never liked regular milk really, but you can use any kind of milk you like. I usually put 3 times the amount of milk for the amount of oatmeal. I don't make any sense right now. I don't know how. I'm not a chef. I don't know how to explain this in English. French is my first language. But it's pretty self-explanatory. Again, you can just watch the video. I personally like to add a little bit of maple syrup in my milk to make the oatmeal a little bit sweet, and I like to add some flavors, so either vanilla extract, caramel extract, almond extract, maple extract, any kind of extract that you have, you can add it to your milk to add a little bit of taste to your oatmeal. So I just bring my liquids to a boil, then I put the oats in it, and I bring down the heat to medium or low to medium, and I don't set a timer. I just remove my oatmeal from the heat whenever it gets to the consistency that I like. After that, in the same pan, I like to put some frozen berries. My favorites are raspberry, and I just put it in the pan with a splash of water to create kind of a sauce or a fruit puree. And then when the fruits are not frozen anymore and that they start to be a little bit soft, I put them on top of my oatmeal. I like to add peanut butter. Once again, I use natural peanut butter with a really small list of ingredients. The one that I have only has peanut and salt. It might sound like a weird combo, but I swear this is my favorite oatmeal recipe in the entire world. I think it tastes amazing. So if you have a hard time enjoying oatmeal, try this recipe and let me know what you think. Sometimes I have my oatmeal with coffee, but when I don't have my coffee during lunchtime, I will usually have it a little bit later in the afternoon. I personally drink decaf coffee because caffeine in me, it's just in case of extreme necessity. But I really enjoy the taste of coffee, so I like to make myself iced coffee during summertime, and this recipe, you guys, it's amazing. It tastes just like the one at Starbucks. I fill in a mason jar with ice, and then I put some coffee syrup. My two favorite one is either salted caramel or vanilla, and because I'm fancy, I also like to add a tiny little splash of the essence that matches the syrup that I chose. So today I chose my salted caramel syrup, and I added a tiny little bit of caramel essence in my coffee, and it makes it taste so good. Usually I drink my coffee as it is with no milk, but this is so good. So I've been adding a little bit of almond milk in it to make it a bigger serving. Last meal of the day, we have dinner. I'm really lucky. I still live with my parents and they make me dinner every night. That also means that I don't control what kind of food we eat for dinner, but I'm also really lucky on that side because I have parents who find it really important to eat healthy. During the weekend, we tend to have fancier dinners, and during the week, we have like more normal dinners like tonight. We are a family who eats a lot of vegetable, and the only vegetable we had tonight was a salad, but usually we always have a side of cauliflower, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but oh, and since the beginning of isolation, so pretty much since the end of March, my dad has been making homemade bread every week, and it's really good. Now for dessert, I don't have dessert every single night, and I do enjoy having healthy dessert. So for example, sometimes I just have an orange as my dessert because it's sweet and it's good. But sometimes, like tonight, I decided to treat myself and I had a drumstick with my brother, and you know, it's all about balance. We can't be perfect. Also that night, for some reason, I felt thirsty, so I decided to make myself a second green tea lemonade. That's pretty much the end of my full day of eating. That's how I've been eating during isolation. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you can leave me a thumbs up to let me know, or you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. If you go out there to support the Black Lives Matter movement and the protest, I hope you're staying safe. Take care of yourself and the people around you. I highly encourage you to start a conversation with your friends and family. That's how we change the world. If, like me, you're still in isolation, I also highly encourage you to use this time to educate yourself and learn more about this issue. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.